You won't believe the storm that's tearing apart Travis Hunter's world right now. Just when fans thought the rising football star had everything lined up for a picture-perfect future, his dream career, the spotlight and a wife by his side, the very foundation of his personal life, has been rocked. And at the center of the drama, his own mother. Yes, you heard that right. Travis Hunter's mom has gone public with shocking claims, saying that his wife isn't just bad for him, but could destroy everything he's worked for. The accusations didn't come in whispers or subtle hints, they came loud. Raw and straight from the heart. She's warning the world, telling anyone who will listen that her son is headed down a dangerous path, and she refuses to stay silent. But the real explosion. Travis himself didn't take it lying down. He snapped back in a way that has fans gasping, leaving the family feud wide open for everyone to see. This isn't just family drama's betrayal. Loyalty and love colliding head-on. Fans are torn, emotions are running wild, and the Hunter household is more divided than ever before. And trust me, you're not ready for what happens next. The tension began quietly, like a storm forming far off in the distance, but it didn't take long before thunder rolled right into Travis Hunter's life. Fans first caught wind of the situation when whispers started spreading online. Rumors claimed that Travis's mom had been seen looking upset at a recent family gathering, refusing to even look at his wife. Nobody knew what had sparked the tension, but when she finally broke her silence, the truth hit harder than anyone expected. She didn't just express doubts or hesitation. She unleashed a torrent of words that left everyone speechless. In her own emotional statement, she accused Travis's wife of being manipulative, self-serving, and completely uninterested in her son's long-term future. She painted a picture of a woman more focused on fame, luxury, and social media attention than on supporting Travis as he chased his football dreams. "She's going to drag him down," she allegedly said, her voice breaking. "And if he doesn't open his eyes now, it'll be too late." These words sent shockwaves through fans who have been following Travis's journey from the very beginning. How could a mother be so openly critical of the woman her son chose to marry? Some defended her, saying mothers always know best and she must have seen something alarming up close. Others argued she had crossed a line, airing private family battles in public. The Hunter family, once admired for their unity, suddenly looked fractured. And fans were desperate to know what really went on behind closed doors. But the drama didn't stop there. After those comments spread online, Travis's wife reportedly broke down in tears, telling close friends she felt betrayed, humiliated, and completely isolated. "How could she say that about me?" she cried, according to one insider. "I've done nothing but love Travis. And now the world thinks I'm out to ruin him." Travis himself was caught in the middle, torn between the woman who raised him and the woman he chose to spend his life with. Insiders say he tried to keep the peace at first, pleading with both sides to calm down. "I need you both," he reportedly said in one heated conversation, his voice trembling with frustration. "I can't go out there and play at my best if the two of you are tearing each other apart." Yet instead of easing tensions, his attempts to mediate only added more fuel to the fire. His mom allegedly snapped back at him, saying, "You can't see it because you're blinded by her. But one day you'll regret ignoring me." Those words cut deep, and witnesses say Travis's face hardened with a mix of anger and disbelief behind the scenes. Friends of the family described the atmosphere as unbearable. One even said it felt like walking into a room full of shattered glass. Every step you take risks setting off another explosion. Emotions ran high at every gathering. Travis's mom reportedly refused to attend dinners if his wife was present, while his wife felt constantly judged and unwelcome. Meanwhile, fans on social media turned the situation into a battlefield of opinions. Some posted messages of support for Travis's wife, saying she was unfairly targeted and deserved respect as his partner. Others sided firmly with his mom, warning him to listen to her before his career and future came crashing down. Hashtags began trending, with people taking sides like it was the plot of a reality TV series playing out in real life. But The real boiling point came during one unforgettable evening when Travis finally snapped. After weeks of biting his tongue, he reportedly raised his voice in a way his family had never heard before. "Enough," he shouted, slamming his hand against the table during a family gathering. "I can't keep living like this. You're tearing me apart, and I won't let anyone destroy what I'm building." The room fell silent, the weight of his anger filling every corner. His wife looked at him with tears in her eyes, whispering, "Do you really think I'm destroying you?" The pain in her voice made the moment even more heartbreaking. His mom, however, stood her ground, her eyes blazing with determination. "I know what I see," she said coldly, "and I refuse to let you throw your life away." That single exchange changed everything. Fans say that tension has never been higher. And insiders claim Travis's relationship with both women is now hanging by a thread. Some believe his marriage won't survive the constant scrutiny, while others fear his bond with his mother may be permanently damaged. Either way, the once tightly knit Hunter family is now at war. And everyone is waiting to see who Travis will ultimately stand by. As if that weren't enough, more shocking claims began to surface. Rumors hinted that Travis's wife had made questionable decisions with money, allegedly spending lavishly on designer clothes, expensive vacations, and luxury cars. His mom supposedly pointed to these habits as proof she was more concerned with appearances than stability. "Look at where the money's going," she reportedly said. "He's out there putting his body on the line, and she's burning through what he earns, like it's endless." Supporters of his wife, however, were quick to fire back, arguing that she was simply enjoying the lifestyle that came with being married to a successful athlete. What's wrong with her buying nice things? One fan tweeted, "She deserves to live well, and if Travis is okay with it, everyone else should back off." Still, the whispers kept spreading, and each rumor added another layer of suspicion. Family friends who had once celebrated the couple's love story were now quietly questioning. The marriage had deeper cracks than anyone realized. And through it all, Travis tried to stay focused on his career. But sources close to him said his mind wasn't fully on the game. "He looks distracted," one insider revealed. "He's carrying this heavy burden. And it's starting to show." The drama grew so intense that even some of Travis's teammates reportedly got involved. Locker room chatter suggested that they noticed the stress eating away at him. One teammate allegedly pulled him aside and said, "Man, don't let this stuff at home mess up your future. You've got too much talent to waste." But Travis didn't want advice, he wanted peace. Yet peace seemed impossible as the lines between loyalty, love, and ambition blurred more with every passing day. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get any more explosive, an unexpected twist emerged. A private conversation between Travis and his mom was secretly recorded and leaked online. Nobody knows who leaked it, but the audio sent shockwaves through the fan base. In the clip, Travis could be heard begging his mom to accept his wife, his voice heavy with desperation. "Please, Mom, she's the one I chose. If you love me, you'll try to see the good in her." But his mom's reply was chilling. "One day you'll thank me for not pretending everything's fine. I'd rather have you hate me now than watch you lose everything later." The leak pushed the family feud into the public eye more than ever before. Suddenly, it wasn't just whispers and rumors, it was raw, unfiltered truth, laid bare for millions to hear. Fans were left stunned, divided even further, and wondering how the Hunter family could possibly come back from this level of betrayal. The leaked audio hit like a bombshell, and there was no way to contain the blast. Within hours, clips of the conversation were spreading like wildfire across social media platforms. Fans replayed Travis's trembling voice, analyzing every syllable, dissecting every pause. They couldn't believe how raw the exchange was, his desperation, his mother's unshakable stance, the undeniable tension of a son torn between loyalty and love. The internet split itself into factions almost instantly. One group insisted the mom was only trying to protect her son, that her brutal honesty came from a place of love. The other group argued she had crossed a line that no parent should ever cross, humiliating her son by making their private pain public. Hashtags multiplied, fan pages clashed, and even sports commentators began chiming in during halftime shows, turning what should have been about touchdowns and strategy into a debate about family drama. Behind closed doors, though things were far worse than the public could imagine, insiders claimed that Travis's wife was shattered by the audio leak. She reportedly locked herself in a bedroom for hours, refusing to come out, sobbing to a close friend on the phone. "How can I live in a world where my own mother-in-law wants to destroy me?" she cried. "I can't breathe, I can't eat. I can't even look at myself in the mirror without hearing her voice in my head." Travis, exhausted and furious, confronted his mom after the leak. "Why did you say those things? Why couldn't you just keep it between us?" he demanded, his voice filled with hurt. But his mom, unwavering, stood by every word. "Because the truth doesn't stay hidden forever," she replied. "I'd rather the world know now than watch you crash later." "She is not who you think she is." Their argument grew so heated that relatives reportedly stepped in, urging them to cool down before the rift became permanent. But Travis couldn't shake the feeling of betrayal. For the first time, he wasn't just hurt, he was angry enough to push back hard. "If you can't respect the woman I chose, then maybe you don't respect me either," he snapped, slamming the door behind him as he stormed out. Friends say that moment marked a turning point. Until then, Travis had tried to balance the two worlds, carefully walking a tightrope between his mom and his wife. But the leak pushed him to finally take sides. And for the first time, it seemed like he was leaning fully toward his wife, determined to defend her at all costs. But drama thrives in chaos, and the chaos only deepened when new whispers surfaced. Rumors spread that someone in Travis's extended family had been feeding stories to the press, exaggerating details to keep the feud in the spotlight. Fingers were pointed, trust shattered, and the Hunter family began looking less like a support system and more like a battlefield, in one particularly shocking twist. A cousin reportedly accused Travis's wife of manipulating him into turning against his mom. "She's isolating him," the cousin said in a private message that quickly leaked. "She wants him all to herself so she can control everything." That message sent fans into a frenzy. Adding more fuel to the firestorm of suspicion, through all of this, Travis's teammates continued to notice the weight dragging him down. One insider described him as mentally absent during practice, going through the motions but lacking his usual spark. Whispers began that coaches were worried his personal life might start affecting his performance on the field. "He's got the talent," a source revealed, "but if his head isn't in the game, could cost him everything." Meanwhile, Travis's wife decided she couldn't stay silent any longer. In an emotional Instagram live session, she addressed the drama directly. Her eyes were swollen from crying, her voice shaky but determined. "I never wanted this," she said to the camera. "I married Travis because I love him, not because of fame or money. I would never destroy his future. He is my future. All I want is for his family to give me a chance." The video drew millions of views in just hours, with fans flooding the comments. Some applauded her vulnerability, praising her for speaking her truth. Others, however, accused her of playing the victim, calling her tears a performance designed to sway public opinion. "She knows exactly what she's doing," one comment read. "Don't fall for it." Travis's mom, upon hearing about the live stream, allegedly scoffed. "Tears don't erase the truth," she told a family friend. "She can cry all she wants, but that doesn't change who she is." And with that, the feud grew even deeper. As days passed, the story spiraled further out of control. Fans began digging into Travis's wife's past, searching for any scrap of evidence to prove or disprove the mom's claims. Old photos, high school yearbook notes, even distant acquaintances suddenly resurfaced online, each adding their 2 cents to the growing narrative. One former classmate claimed she had always been ambitious to a fault, while another insisted she was the sweetest girl you'd ever meet. The conflicting stories only added to the confusion, leaving fans unsure of what to believe, and then came the ultimate betrayal. At least, that's how Travis saw it. Reports surfaced that his mom had met privately with a sports journalist, sharing more details about her fears for her son. While the conversation wasn't recorded, the journalist published an article quoting her directly, painting a devastating portrait of a mother who believed her son was on the brink of disaster. "She is not his partner. She is his downfall," the article claimed, she said. When Travis read those words, something inside him broke. Sources close to him said he punched a wall in frustration, his knuckles bruising from the force. "Why does she keep doing this to me?" he cried, his voice cracking with pain. His wife tried to comfort him, but the damage was already done. "It feels like she doesn't care about me anymore," he told her. "All she cares about is proving she's right." The fallout from that article was massive. Sports analysts debated whether the family drama might derail his career, while fans begged him not to let the noise distract him. Some even suggested he should cut ties with his mom completely, a move that seemed unthinkable just weeks earlier. But now, with the public humiliation mounting, this possibility no longer felt so far-fetched. And yet, despite the heartbreak, Travis couldn't bring himself to make that final cut. Deep down, he still loved his mom, still remembered the years of sacrifice she made to support his dreams. But every time he tried to reach out, her words echoed like a knife. "One day you'll thank me." It was a cycle of love and pain, loyalty and betrayal, and it seemed there was no end in sight. The climax of this chapter came during another family confrontation, this time with more relatives present. Emotions ran high as voices overlapped, accusations flew, and tears flowed freely. Travis, desperate to end the chaos, stood in the center of the room and declared, "This is tearing me apart. I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this." His voice cracked. And for a moment, even his mom's hardened expression faltered. But instead of reconciliation, the argument only spiraled further. His wife sobbed uncontrollably, begging for acceptance while his mom remained unyielding, warning that love could be blinding and dangerous. The family left that night more divided than ever, with no sign of resolution. And as the dust settled from that explosive confrontation, one chilling question lingered in the air. Would Travis choose his mom, or would he choose his wife? Whichever path he took, it was clear there would be no turning back. The days after that explosive family confrontation were some of the darkest Travis had ever faced. He walked through his life like a shadow of himself, carrying the weight of a choice he didn't want to make. To his teammates, he wore a mask of calm, but behind closed doors, he was unraveling. His wife noticed the way he tossed and turned at night, unable to sleep, his mind racing between memories of his mom's sacrifices and the woman he had vowed to protect. The silence in the Hunter household was deafening. Conversations were short, clipped, and heavy with tension. Every phone call from his mom went unanswered, every text left sitting there like a ghost. But the distance didn't ease the pressure, it only made it worse. Fans speculated endlessly, analyzing his body language in interviews, his expressions on the sidelines, and even the songs he liked on social media. "He looks broken," one fan commented. "It's like he's carrying a war inside his chest." Then came the first sign of a crack in his resolve. One evening, while his wife was preparing dinner, Travis sat at the table, staring at his phone. His mom had sent him a long message. "Hey," in it, she poured out her fears once more, reminding him of the years she spent driving him to practices, sacrificing her own dreams so he could chase his. She ended the message with one line that hit him like a dagger. "I've lost my son to someone who doesn't care if he succeeds or fails." When his wife noticed his expression, she asked quietly, "What's wrong?" But Travis couldn't bring himself to read the message aloud. Instead, he muttered, "She just doesn't understand us," though his voice betrayed the conflict boiling inside him. It wasn't long before that hidden conflict erupted. During a quiet dinner, his wife finally broke the silence. "Travis, I feel like you're slipping away from me," she whispered, her fork clinking softly against the plate. "You're here, but you're not here. Are you regretting being with me?" The question hung in the air like smoke. Travis froze, caught off guard. "No," he said quickly, but his hesitation was enough to sting. Tears welled in her eyes as she whispered, "Then why does it feel like you're choosing her, even when she keeps tearing us apart?" Their argument spiraled from there, voices rising, emotions boiling over. "I'm not choosing her." Travis snapped, his hands slamming against the table. "I'm trying to hold this family together, and it feels like no matter what I do, I'm losing both of you." The fight ended with his wife storming out of the room, slamming the bedroom door shut while Travis sat alone at the table, his head in his hands. Fans later speculated that neighbors had overheard shouting, with one claiming to hear Travis yell, "I can't keep doing this." Whether true or not, the rumors only fueled the firestorm online. Meanwhile, Travis's mom wasn't backing down. In a stunning twist, she allegedly agreed to do a full televised interview. When the news broke, fans couldn't believe it. This was no longer private family drama. It was national entertainment. During the sit-down, she doubled down on her claims, insisting she loved her son but couldn't stand by while he was led down a dangerous path. Her face was calm, but her words cut deep. "Sometimes love blinds us," she said. "And my son doesn't see what everyone else does." The interview set off a firestorm. Fans flooded social media with reactions. Some accused her of betrayal, calling her heartless for airing family wounds so publicly. Others praised her bravery, saying it took strength to stand up against the influence she believed was hurting her son. When Travis saw the interview, his rage boiled over. According to insiders, he smashed the remote against the floor, shouting, "How could she do this to me on TV? She's making me look like a fool." His wife tried to console him, but he pushed her away, pacing back and forth like a caged lion. "This isn't love," he growled. "This is control." But if he thought things couldn't get worse, he was wrong. Not long after the interview, a shocking new twist emerged: a leaked video, allegedly filmed at a private party months earlier, showed Travis's wife in a heated argument with a friend. In the clip, she could be heard saying, "I don't care what his mom thinks. Once he makes it big, we'll have everything we want." The clip spread like wildfire, racking up millions of views in a matter of hours. Fans were horrified, convinced the video confirmed every fear Travis's mom had voiced. The internet exploded with accusations of gold-digging, manipulation, and betrayal. "She played him," one tweet read, racking up thousands of likes. "His mom was right all along." Travis was blindsided. When his wife swore the clip was taken out of context, begging him to believe her, he felt torn in too. "That doesn't sound like context," he said bitterly. Replaying the clip again and again, each time feeling his trust chip away. "Why would you even say something like that?" She insisted it was a joke, twisted by whoever leaked it, but the damage was already done. Fans hounded her online, some demanding Travis divorce her immediately, while others begged him to see past the noise. The Hunter family feud had become a full-blown public circus, and Travis was standing in the center of the ring. Every move scrutinized by millions. Through it all, his mom remained eerily silent, refusing to comment on the leaked clip. Some said her silence spoke volumes, that she didn't need to say "I told you so" because the video did it for her. Others believed she was waiting for the perfect moment to strike again, letting the drama play out until she could deliver one final blow in the midst of the chaos. Travis's performance on the field began to falter. Missed catches, sloppy plays, and uncharacteristic mistakes had fans whispering that the off-field drama was finally bleeding into his career. Commentators speculated openly, asking whether the young star was too distracted to handle the pressure. "He's not himself," one analyst said during a live broadcast. "This isn't just about football anymore. This is about his whole life falling apart." Behind closed doors, Travis battled with a decision that could change everything. Should he stand by his wife, proving his loyalty in the face of overwhelming doubt? Or should he cut ties to protect his career and mend his bond with his mom? Whichever path he chose, he knew the fallout would be brutal. The breaking point came late one night, when his wife tearfully approached him. Her face was pale, her voice trembling as she said, "Travis, if you don't believe me, then maybe we don't have a marriage anymore." The ultimatum sliced through him like a blade. He stared at her, his heart pounding, torn between the love they once shared and the doubts clawing at his mind. In that moment, fans believe Travis made his choice, though what that choice was remains unclear. Some insiders claim he told his wife he needed space, leaving her sobbing in the empty house as he drove away. Others insist he went straight to his mom's doorstep, demanding answers and confronting her one last time, whatever really happened that night. One thing became certain: the Hunter family saga was far from over, and the next chapter promised to be the most explosive yet. The next morning arrived, the heavy silence that blanketed the Hunter household. The world outside buzzed with speculation, but inside, the air was thick with unanswered questions. Fans scoured every detail online, trying to piece together where Travis had gone after storming out. Some claimed they saw his car outside his mom's house late at night, while others swore he had checked into a hotel alone. Nobody knew the truth, and the mystery only added to the frenzy. When Travis finally resurfaced, his appearance shocked everyone. He looked drained, his eyes hollow, his shoulders slumped as if the weight of two worlds rested on them. During a press conference meant to focus on the upcoming game, reporters couldn't resist. One asked bluntly, "Travis, is the drama with your family affecting your performance?" Travis paused, gripping the microphone tightly, his jaw clenched. "My personal life is my business," he said slowly, but his voice cracked slightly at the edges. "I just want to focus on football." The words were meant to shut the conversation down, but instead they only fueled speculation behind the scenes. However, the battle raged on. Sources close to the family revealed that Travis had indeed gone to his mom's house that night. The confrontation was brutal, filled with shouting, accusations, and tears. "Why are you trying to ruin my marriage?" he demanded, his voice echoing through the halls. His mom stood firm, replying, "I'm trying to save you from ruining yourself." But this time, Travis didn't back down. For the first time, he stood toe-to-toe with his mom, refusing to bend under her relentless pressure. "This is my life, not yours," he declared, his voice breaking with both pain and defiance. "If you can't respect that, maybe we don't have a relationship anymore." Those words sliced through the room like a blade. His mom reportedly gasped, her face paling as if the son she raised had suddenly become a stranger. Tears welled in her eyes, but her pride refused to let them fall. "You'll regret this," she whispered. "One day you'll see I was right." The confrontation left both of them shattered. Travis walked out into the night, his heart pounding, while his mom collapsed into a chair, sobbing silently for the boy she believed she was losing. Back at home, his wife waited anxiously, pacing the living room. When Travis returned, her relief was palpable, but so was her fear. "Did you choose me?" she asked, her voice trembling. Travis didn't answer immediately. Instead, he pulled her into his arms, holding her tightly, as if clinging to the one thing he couldn't afford to lose. "I don't know what the future holds," he admitted softly, "but right now, I choose us." Those words should have brought peace, but instead they marked the beginning of a new storm. Because while Travis tried to stand by his wife, the outside world refused to let the drama die. Fans dissected his every move, accusing him of being weak, manipulated, and blinded by love. Others applauded him for choosing his marriage, praising his loyalty in the face of family opposition. The Hunter saga had become less about football and more about a gripping family soap opera that no one could stop. Watching. And then came the twist nobody saw coming. A mysterious source leaked private financial documents, allegedly showing questionable spending patterns linked to Travis's wife. Luxury purchases, unexplained transfers, and extravagant expenses raised eyebrows. The leak painted her as reckless, reinforcing the narrative his mom had pushed from the beginning. Travis was blindsided again. "Tell me this isn't true," he pleaded, holding the papers in his hands, his voice breaking. His wife swore the documents were manipulated, insisting someone was trying to frame her. "They want to destroy me," she cried. "Your mom, your cousins, someone is out to ruin us." But doubts gnawed at Travis. The numbers, the dates, they all seemed too real to dismiss. He wanted to believe her, but the evidence was suffocating. Fans, of course, exploded with opinions, some convinced the documents were proof of betrayal, others claiming it was a smear campaign orchestrated by jealous family members, as if the chaos weren't enough. Rumors swirled that Travis's mom had been the one behind the leak. While she denied it publicly, her silence on certain details left fans suspicious. The family was now locked in a game of shadows and whispers, each move more destructive than the last. The breaking point arrived when Travis collapsed during practice. Whether from exhaustion, stress, or sheer emotional weight, he fell to the ground, clutching his helmet. His teammates rushed to his side. The scene left fans horrified, videos spreading across social media within minutes. "He's falling apart," one headline read. "Family drama takes toll on Travis Hunter." In the hospital later, doctors reassured him it was only stress and dehydration, but the scare was enough to shake him to his core. Lying there, hooked up to monitors, Travis realized how close he was to losing everything, not because of his talent, but because of the war raging in his personal life. His wife sat beside him, holding his hand, tears streaming down her face. "Please don't leave me," she whispered. "We can get through this." But the question gnawed at Travis. Could they? Or had the damage already gone too far? In a shocking twist, his mom arrived at the hospital too. The sight of her standing in the doorway sent shockwaves through the room. She looked broken, her eyes red from crying, her shoulders slumped. For a moment, the silence was unbearable. Then she whispered, "I just wanted to protect you." Travis's wife stiffened, her grip tightening on his hand. But Travis, weak and weary, looked at his mom with tired eyes. "Protect me," he said softly. "You're tearing me apart." The room fell into silence once again, the weight of unspoken words pressing down on them all. The visit ended without resolution. His mom left quietly, his wife stayed by his side, and Travis drifted into restless sleep. But the world outside was far from quiet. Fans debated endlessly, was his wife truly destroying him, or was his mom sabotaging him out of misguided love? The Hunter family drama had no clear villain, no simple resolution, just a tangle of loyalty, betrayal, and heartbreak. As Travis left the hospital days later, cameras flashed, reporters shouted questions, and fans chanted his name. But beneath the noise, one thing was clear: his future remained uncertain. Would he rebuild his career and mend his marriage, or would the rift with his mom grow into an unbridgeable chasm? Nobody knew. And with every passing day, the saga only grew more complicated, leaving fans hooked, divided, and desperate for the next chapter in the Travis Hunter family drama. And so, the Hunter family stands at a crossroads, their lives tangled in a web of love, loyalty, and betrayal. Travis Hunter, once celebrated purely for his talent on the field, has now become the center of one of the most shocking dramas fans have ever witnessed. His mom, unwavering and unafraid to speak her truth, insists she is protecting her son from a disastrous future. His wife, heartbroken and desperate to prove her devotion, pleads to be seen as more than just the villain of someone else's story. And Travis himself, caught in the middle, fights silently to hold on to his marriage, his career, and his sanity. But the questions linger like smoke after a fire. Will Travis's mom ever soften her stance? Or has the bond between mother and son been fractured beyond repair? Will his wife be able to clear her name and rebuild the trust that has been shattered by leaked clips and documents? And most of all, can Travis rise above the noise, the headlines, and the heartbreak to reclaim the future he's worked so hard for? Fans remain divided, emotions are still running high, and the Hunter family drama is far from over. One thing is certain, though every twist, every tear, and every shocking revelation has left people glued to the story, desperate to know what comes next. But now it's your turn to weigh in. Do you believe Travis's mom is right, and that his wife could destroy his future? Or do you think his wife is the victim, unfairly targeted and misunderstood? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear every side of this heated debate. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the next explosive update in the Travis Hunter saga. Trust us, you're not going to want to miss what happens next.